The clock is wrong on my computer. Oh, oh. It's funny. It knows what day of the week it is. Uh, yeah, it's not quite September yet, computer. You're ahead of yourself. And it's definitely not 1:30. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, for some reason, it thinks I am in the UK. Huh, there we go. 9:30 p.m. 9:34. And I keep swatting cats off of me. I don't know, for some reason they want to be in my lap. And I don't know. I feel pinned, trapped. Oh, KP Heathen, first one in. What's going on with KP Heathen? I have two cats that are upset with me because I won't put them in my lap. So they're going to sit next to me and sulk. I move around. I move. No, 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 no. Wow. Okay, so one tried to get in my lap. I pushed them away. The other one thought, hey, I'll sneak in while he's pushing the other cat away. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, now they're upset with me. Yeah, you don't need me. You don't have to be in my lap. Not 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, cool. Is it a two-piece set or is it all in one? I'll have to check out the video and find out. I found out all in one. KP and the monster. Yes, I take it your son's the monster. Yeah, so I'm on a hobbled laptop right now still. And I come to find out that certain hard drives didn't like the latest Windows update, and people are coming up with hard drives that are totally trashed. And mine just happened to be one of them, so um, it took out both the Windows and the Linux uh, installations. So I'm still on the thumb drive even after I tried to attempt to save the hard drive. So it looks like I'm going to have to go back to what I was trying to avoid and get another hard drive for the laptop, which is not going to be a big deal. It's much cheaper than I thought it would be. Cheaper, certainly cheaper than buying a whole new computer. So we're running off a thumb drive still. Just think of the thumb drive as your operating system on a regular hard drive. Only this one you can plug it into whatever computer you have, and it doesn't even have to have an operating system. So we're still running on a crippled machine, which means it doesn't know like login information. So what I have to do, thank God for the master password that Google offers its users, and all my passwords are saved on Google. You have one master password that you could use to log into different services. So thank God I had that. I use my Android phone to authenticate, prove that it's me. So let's say when I logged into YouTube, both devices have the Bluetooth turned on. The device that I want to log into a certain service, like say YouTube, it will show a QR code on the screen of the laptop. Use my phone that it's synchronized with Google. Turn on the camera, get it focused on the QR code. The QR code will pop up. I press one or two buttons, and voila, here we are, logged in. So not a lot of people are a big fan of Google. I'm not saying that I would worship the ground they walk on, but thank God they had that service. So let's see if we can mute my phone. We get notifications for everything, don't we? And it gets to be overwhelming because sometimes you get a handful of notifications all at once. It's like bing, 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 or whatever tone you have on your phone. I just can't stand it. I don't need to know everything that's going on. Prepared, thriving wellness family. What's going on, girl? Hope you're doing good. Gear, what's going on, Gear? Apparently I need a bath again. Am I dirty? Well, I'm just going to call you Q anyway. Or your actual name, which I try not to use your actual name. Not everybody knows that. And, yeah. Just getting back up. Son, you're worse than me, Gear. I'm trying to break myself from taking those naps so late in the evening because then I don't want to sleep. But it's nighttime, then I'm up half the night watching pointless YouTube videos. Yeah, must be where I missed with the soap. Hey, hey, good kid. Hey, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Have a kiss right here. Oh, that razor stubble. She doesn't. She won't give me kisses when I've got when I'm all scruffy. Dark Paw's over there. He's still upset. He's pouting. She's like, you mean human. I just want to sit in your lap and keep you from moving. Ah, the bearded dragon. There's somebody else that has a bearded dragon. That would be Jackie over at Jackie's Cats and Things. And her bearded dragon is called Forest, which she lets out from time to time. She wanders around the room. Yeah, Darkball's he's just upset because I won't let him. He wants to sit on my lap all day, and I can't get up and do things. Can't move around the house. I have to constantly pick him up and move him. He was pouting this morning because I got up. I mean, just because I woke up and wanted to get things done. So he went off into a room and hid. I don't know what's going on with him. His tongue is very rough. There you go. Wash your paws. And that berry flavored, I guess she figured she could kill two birds with one stone. And while she's giving herself a bath, go ahead and just get the human. Don't let Darkpaw see you in my lap. Hey, take over the show. Paint, paint. Hello, paint. Hey, hey. Do I really need a bath? Blip. Whoa. Hey, Apparently there's no stopping her once she gets started. There's another cat over there you can give a bath to. Not that I'm not, not that I don't appreciate you caring for me and whatnot. Uh, if Darkpaw has this thing where the closer we get to fall and winter, the more he'll kind of cling to me, especially at night. Um, I've been sleeping in here on the futon in the living room here just because it's so much cooler out here in the summertime than what it is in my bedroom. My bedroom gets all the sunlight, and it's ungodly hot throughout the day. In fact, it's probably still pretty warm in there now. So, good thing I don't go to bed early because I'd be miserable. So, Darkpaw will lay up next to me on the futon, and he gets kind of upset when I want to get up. Thank you. Thank you for your services. No, 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 no. No, we have enough problems with the computer. Nope. Let's not get on that. Hey, look, there's Sweet Pea over there. Why don't you give her a bath? Bet Darkpaw. You want to give Darkpaw a bath? How about the people out there? Want to give them a bath? He says no because I don't see them. Trust me, they're in there. Garlic. That's an interesting name for a cat. But then her name is Paint. So, oh, such a sweetheart. Oh, see, he's trying to get in my lap again. No, 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 no. Come on. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No. Because I might want to get up. I might have to get up and get something, and then I can't get up and do it because you're in my lap. Listen, I still love you, buddy. Plus, it's still a little bit warm in here. Don't pout. You don't always get your way. You're a big baby. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Paint Paint was named Paint because when she was born, she still had the amniotic sac on her. I had to help the mother. It seemed like the mother was having trouble getting that off of her. But yep. I got that stuff off of her with a glove. And then she was still wet. The mother was starting to clean her, and all the colors, seemed to pop, when her cat is wet. And I said, it looks like she just ran through a bunch of paint. And, it's all streaky and stuff, and that it kind of stuck. So I've just kind of stuck with the name paint for her. But she's that kind of cat that will try to take care of everybody in the house at once. Like she's the matriarch, So when everybody's, should laying around and they haven't really done much of anything, she will make her rounds through the house and check on everyone, including myself. So she's in charge of everybody. Oh. Now, stop. They're both on me. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed by cats. Thank goodness somebody has come in. Randall, I'm glad you popped in.
Why?
I'm overwhelmed by cats.
Oh, okay. I just now ran all four of mine out the door.
Yeah.
I ran them out. I said, "You all got to go." I gave them the heave ho here just a second ago.
I have to go in there and turn that fan off. I can't hear a single thing.
Yeah. Let's see who we got in there. The gear grinder. He's in there. Hello there, gear grinder.
There we go. I see. It's a little bit better now.
Gear grinder, I do not want no more. I got 4 adults and 2 of them may be again in the family way. I hope not, but chances are they are. And that's pretty much all my limit.
Hey, welcome in, Tony. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tony. I hope things get better. And we'll try. We'll see if we can work on some kind of a daylight live stream. We'll see how it goes, but yeah, glad you're checking in, and I hope things get better for you.
Yeah, I don't. There is a virus going around. My next door neighbor, both of them had it all week. One of them got the bronchitis and something else, and um, they need to keep that. They can keep that across the property line. My God, Barry.
Yeah, that's what he sounds like to me 90% of the time.
Hell, fire.
I heard him better on the walkie that was working.
I,
You know,
I hear him, but good, but it. I don't know what it is. It's something between me and you. Sometimes you cut out on me. Sometimes, but I don't. You don't sound like that.
well, and that's what has me puzzled because I tried to talk to you on that base station. That antenna's 22 feet in the air, but it's got to shoot through a bunch of trees to get to you
I,
guys. So
I don't understand that.
I don't know. I got to
I
turn
don't
that.
understand that because I mean, nothing. I've not changed anything. It's still sticking straight up in there, just sitting on top of the roof, but it's like it's always been. I thought it got knocked over. I
Well,
did.
no, when you're on that mobile, it's loud and clear. When sometimes, not very often. Sometimes I think you just get at a spot where the walkie isn't real clear.
Uh huh.
Um, it's a shame, that the Baofeng walkies start giving Eugene trouble because he had a better shot with that one.
Well,
But I
you
don't
can't,
know. It's
you
gotten
can't,
worse.
you can't talk on them things every day. You can't use them like a regular mobile. You can't do it. And well, the signal, the antennas on them, I mean, they talk good, but I don't know. Maybe it is like you thought. Maybe the trees or something, leaves on the trees has got something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to get better because once fall kicks in, then
You know,
I'll lose a lot of that
I can
between us.
I can still go up with my antenna a little bit higher.
Oh, technically, he's higher up than both of us,
Uh huh. Well, yeah. He's probably
but
about 10 foot,
but
maybe.
there's a lot of trees. Even with the
Mm-hmm.
drone at the maximum altitude, I still cannot see the house there. I know where it's at. I just can't see it.
Well,
So
a lot of times when you're talking, you'll just cut out.
yeah, a lot of that's me. I can't stand still.
Well, best I can remember, it didn't used to do that.
I know.
Hello there, Homestead.
Homestead Aquarius. What's up, Jedi?
Jedi Toad Frog.
So yeah, so I'm kind of hoping that fall was once we start losing the trees, it'll open up for us again. But I mean, it's crazy because we're well within earshot of each other. We could almost scream up each other's name and still hear it. Uh, it's really weird. We should be if we had signal meters, they should be at least showing a 7, 8, 9 dB. It's not even doing that.
Well, I just know that I don't remember it doing this before, but anything's possible. I mean, it's not bad, but it has its spells, and I
Yeah.
don't know what them radios he's got. He should be able to blast you good,
Sometimes it does,
and
and other times it just I don't know. It just there's something going on. I don't know if it's
I think
the
it's.
trees or
I think he's moving around some too. So,
well, that's my problem. I can't sit still,
uh,
especially when I have a walkie-talkie in my hand. I want to walk around the house, do things.
yeah.
All right, Homestead, we'll be here and listen as long as you can. Uh, I think part of it could be my coax. I think maybe my coax has got a short in it somewhere because sometimes you can move it around and I get some weird noise in there.
That could be.
So I'm
Could be.
thinking my coax is done. It was cheap RG8,
Hmm.
all black RG8, which isn't the best for UHF, but well, I mean, you haven't got a lot of money to blow on the good stuff. It's yeah. Well,
Yeah, well, like a lot of times they put that stuff out there to technically try to get you to pay more money for stuff that and it's not necessary. We're not going to be run. Well, I'm not going to be running any power, so it doesn't matter to me.
no.
So as long as I get it high behind enough where it reaches out, that's all I care about anyway. I ain't planning on talking around the world. So.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get. I would like to try to get coax and antennas all lined out before winter kicks in.
Yeah.
And
I like to get some kind of CB going so I can just listen and maybe, listen to what's going on. Maybe we can talk around everything.
there's an intruder. Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Well, he's in there. I got to step for just a second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, danger. Oh, man. I know y'all talking radios and everything, and it's a good conversation y'all got going. Oh, I am about to eat, right? I'm sitting here making a new dish for me, and it's turning out pretty good. I've been trying to do that videoing and cooking thing. And my battery in my phone is just about dead. And I said, you know what? This is good timing for a hillbilly uh, cooking episode on berries, right?
That's right.
But you're gonna have to brace yourself, son.
Uh-oh.
Brace yourself. Now, I'll tell you what. I'm over. I hear you talking about. You can't. You know, we got to do what we can do with the money that we got, right? So I make mine go as far as possible too.
Yeah.
And cooking at home is the way, right? Check out what I got here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Now that lid there, I bought at a consignment shop. Okay, and it goes on a chicken fryer.
Uh-huh.
That chicken fry, the whole thing, great big old piece of cast iron. That cost me about $25. Right. And if you go buy them new, you're going to pay about $60 or more for it, depending on where you buy it. So, and it's an antique, so the cast iron is still good. It don't really go bad.
Yeah.
Now the skillet I bought new when I went up to Lodge yesterday, up to South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Um, that's like a favorite place of mine. I haven't been there in probably 30 years. I don't even know. Maybe 40. I don't know. I was a young man the last time I can truly remember going. That was with my grandmother. But let me show you what I got here. I'm having to do this with my stinking flashlight. I can't figure out how to get the what you call the phone to do it while I'm on this here screen. But I'm about to eat off of here. I know some of my hillbilly cooking episodes have been kind of, oh, that's funny. It's a nutty bar, honey buns. All right, well, look here. Look here.
Oh.
The hillbilly Jedi got more than just honey buns and nutty bars.
That looks so good.
Man, I told you need to brace yourself now. You see, I've done had a bite of that there tater, and I had a bite of that there chicken already on the video. And, dude, it is so good. Man, this right here, Barry, it just don't get no simpler and easy cooking than this right here. You just buy you some chicken, throw in some taters or whatever you want, put in the seasonings that you want, and then let it sit and cook over a fire. That's all you got to do, brother. And it's the olive oil. you know. So this
Yeah.
is a very, very healthy meal right here. Um, it's it's I'm starving. You know, I told you I said my tablet's good to go, so I can watch you over there. But I've got to charge this phone up. I just thought I'd show you something a little bit better than nutty bars and honey buns.
Yeah.
Mm, but
Yeah, I had huh? I had a salami, provolone, lettuce, and onion sandwich on Italian bread
mm,
with honey mustard.
yeah, that sounds good.
Put an
But
order in. And I prayed that they wouldn't mess it up. But here's the thing, though. I'm glad they messed up the last order. I know that sounds ignorant, but they gave me a $10 promo code as a way, to say we're sorry, but we're Walmart and we screw up sometimes. But here's $10 off.
hey, there you go.
It came out to $35, and I used the $10 promo code, and it knocked $10 off. So, yeah,
And that beat the deal. I was on my way home last night, with Wild Marine, and I just remembered that you don't even deserve me to come up on panel for you stealing my dang first place crown when I couldn't even chat. I couldn't chat. All I could do was listen because you don't deserve you so I couldn't do nothing, man. I'm sitting there rolling. I just remembered that. I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Well,
thought that was funny. He couldn't
okay.
do nothing
All right.
about it.
All right, here you go. I'm gonna hit you where it freaking hurts. I'm gonna tell you what, if you took that sandwich and put it over a little wood fire, you know, look at how easy that just falls off.
oh, look at that.
Yeah. I burnt myself on that tater right there earlier. Let me see here. Mm, mm. It's still hot, but thank God it's calmed down a little bit. Mm, mm,
Wow, we look at him going.
mm-hmm. That's what you get. You got to hear all that good feeling my first place and putting me in last.
Barry
Mm-hmm.
said. Barry said, "Yeah, he can't buy his way to the top tonight."
Mm, man, I'll tell you what, I'm eating like a king tonight. It's right here. And I hope that y'all are too, whatever you're eating. You know, we can cook for ourselves. We can cook over fires. We can cook with this cast iron. You know, it's healthy for us. It's good for us. You know,
Uh-huh.
anyhow, um, I'm gonna go eat the rest and them taters there. Um, like I got 2 meals there. Anyhow, Barry, thank you for letting me come up here and just share a little bit of what I got going on.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, you know that.
I'm telling you what, today I had to just stop and thank people for their friendship, the friends that we've made on YouTube.
Yeah.
That is what's made all the difference in the world to me. And very likely I would have given up on YouTube a long time ago if not for the friendships that I've made. And you are one of them. And I appreciate you, Barry.
No problem.
Now, YouTube Kentucky Goblin, we're all in it together, that kind of thing. I
Oh
don't,
yeah.
you and I are not as close, as
You're,
friends.
you're trying to brown. I understand you're trying to brown those berries. I know. I get it.
I'm still mad at him. I'm still getting back.
You sure don't act like it.
I'm gonna get him back. But for tonight, I'm gonna just tempt him right here, and I'm gonna get off this here phone and go eat. So
Look at her, Barry. Look at it.
Anyhow,
Look at them taters.
man, them taters are good. Them taters, some Yukon Golds right there. Anyhow,
Yeah, buddy.
I'm out. Y'all be good. And why don't y'all entertain me while I eat? Can you do that?
Well, we'll do our best.
Yeah, we'll try
All
our
right, very
best, I guess.
All right.
Depends on what you want by entertainment. But
Well, yeah, y'all be good.
Take
Yeah,
care.
enjoy that meal. Always a pleasure to have you up here.
Thank you, sir.
Good old taters in there. I like them taters in there.
Man knows how to eat.
What was that, chicken or catfish?
There's chicken.
I thought it kind of looked like chicken, but yeah, there's no better kick on cast iron like that. That taste brings the taste out. The cast iron does. Slow cook, you know.
I still have quite a bit of those chicken leg quarters, but man, I've just, you got to step back and have some kind of variety. And I was telling Homestead, that my last order they screwed up from Walmart,
Uh-huh.
and it was for cat food.
Yeah.
And so the cats had just barely enough, So they had to come up. They were going to deliver it the next day. This was before, let's see, 29th maybe. It was the same day. I think the day after that I forgot. I told you, I said, "Oh shit, I forgot cat food,"
Uh-huh.
and it was on my list. If I just looked at my list, but. So they messed up the order, and they said, "Well, it'll be here in the morning." And she, the girl that brought it the next morning, she almost didn't make it, and it wasn't her fault. And then I figured out what's going on because the app was showing me something totally different.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I was like, I don't want chicken. I didn't start beans early enough, so I couldn't have beans. Then I thought, I'll just get me something, from a deli or some kind of cold cuts or whatever. So I got the salami, the bread, the mayonnaise, and the honey mustard, onion, all that to make a nice little sandwich for tonight because I really didn't want anything hot. Well, the app kept saying they left or something like that, and said it'll be just a few minutes, and it showed them all the way over at the subdivision over there across from Dollar Store, the Dollar Market, and I said, okay, maybe the app's screwing up a little bit. Then it said they were 3 miles or 2 miles from the house. I said, okay, so maybe they had someone else they had to drop off for. Makes sense, Then it said, your item has been delivered at the front door. I go, what? Because my camera didn't say anything about it. And I looked out there, looked around the yard. No, there's nothing out here. Then I sent a message. And as soon as I sent the message, I waited 10 minutes to get a response at all because you have an option to chat with the driver,
Mm-hmm.
the person that does the shopping. I didn't get a response, and I'm like, okay, something's up here. I'm going to have to get customer support. Well, customer support did something, and my app refreshed, and it said that they were right up around up on 78. I was like, okay, so give it a minute. Let's see what happens. Well, they were going up and down the road trying to find me. She goes, well, it said 5813. I said, that's up there. And I pointed to where the whole, double wide used to be. I said, honey, I haven't lived up there in years. And I said, this is 5805. That's what the app should be showing. And and then it said something about, would you like to contact your delivery person? I'm like, I said, look at this. And I showed it to her. She said, has your app been doing this lately? I said, it's been doing it since like 3 days ago. And she said, what you probably should do is uninstall it and reinstall a new version of it. So, because I told her, I said, ignore the message that I just sent because I thought that maybe you delivered to the wrong place. And, because of the confusion with the address.
Mm-hmm.
And so they did. It was no fault at all on the driver. It's just their app is just effed up.
Well, that's the way and things like that are. You're shooting in the wind. It's a turkey shoot, I guess, what you might say, or if you're going to get good run or not. Don't know.
But I had a good sandwich and nothing, no cooking on the stove. And, yeah, not generating any heat. Just some cold cuts on a couple pieces of bread with lettuce and onion, and yeah, it's good eating. I do like my salami.
Yeah.
I actually wanted the big pepperoni slices that are made for sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to mix it up. I didn't like the price. I said, nah. I'm trying to budget my food. So yeah, it was still good. Wasn't any garbage on there. But yeah, get back to radio. I'm looking at all these new radios coming out from China, and yeah.
I looked at that unit and I like all them little lights and stuff on it. I think that's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. There is a menu. Apparently, it's a service menu. I thought it was just a regular user menu. That's a service menu. You can turn the power up and down. You can turn audio up and down. You can adjust your RF gain, squelch, lighting. Just a bunch of menu options in there. They were showing on a regular meter upwards to like 20 watts and more. And lower. If you looked at what you saw, it has a big heat sink on it, which gave me automatically told me it did more than 4 watts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, yeah.
So that was on a different channel. The first time I saw it was on the one that I sent you, Farpoint Farms.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got to digging, and there was only a handful of channels that did a review on that radio. So President is sending them out to YouTube channels for reviews, but it's not quite on the market yet. So that I'm kind of curious to see how much it's gonna cost, because wow, that radio's got a lot of features to it. I don't know if I can pull it up or not. No.
Well, I like the lights on it and stuff. It's got good. It's got a good display on it. I like that part.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of mic setup it's got, but you know that I just for running here. That's good enough. I mean, I'm not going. I don't care about them other idiots out there talking to them, or even whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
If they hear me, they hear me, and you know, but I'm not going to talk to them. It's just for our benefit anyway. Of course, I got 3 or 4, or maybe 5 radios, but I like that one too. But um,
Well, I think personally, what I miss is the community radio part of it, where you talk to everybody in your immediate area and not somebody who's 20 miles up the road who could care less about,
mm,
they don't know us.
no,
We don't know them. We probably know more about them than they realize, but the whole community aspect of it,
yeah,
that's what my first impression of CB was back in the 80s and 90s. Was everybody was within just a few miles of each other. It wasn't no 20-mile contact to somebody in another county.
well,
That's nice. Huh?
that's all it should be, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice, but it's not what I want it to be. It. I guess you know where I'm going. It just.
And well, if somebody is close by hears our transmission, that's fine and dandy. Jump right out on in, and but we're just keeping it local.
Yeah.
We don't care about nobody else. We'll squelch everybody else out. And if
Oh,
we
it's
don't
gonna
hear
work.
you,
I think. Let me see if I go full screen and not blow everything up. Okay.
yeah.
Let's see if it'll play.
There we go. Let's try that again. Nice. Wow, is that a nice, big, easy to read screen or what? Oh, God.
Yeah. That's what blew me away.
I can take my glasses off and see that. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
All right.
I like the display.
Backlit buttons. Nice. Let's turn the volume up a little bit. And we use the mic here to roll through the channels. I got a little talk on 17.
His opinion of this radio means nothing to me. It's what I'm looking at. Evidently, he's an idiot.
What was that?
I said his opinion of this radio means nothing to me. It's what I'm looking at because he's an idiot, in my opinion.
How about it? Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm playing with, I just got a brand new President JFK3, and I just want to see if anybody was hearing me out there. Is it coming across okay?
There's 2 very important features of this radio that got me fired up about it, and that's the display and the front firing speaker.
Hear you guys beautifully this morning. Right on.
It's not easy to find a radio that has a speaker up front.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And of course, channel 6.
Oh, you could find used ones, but you don't know what people have done to those. Probably screwdrivered to death.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can find the menu.
this is a good. It'd be a good radio to check out. I do believe it would serve the purpose. If someone doesn't have one, and it makes it a little bit. The screen makes it easier for people to see. You don't have to squint your eyes to look at the dial, and I like how the lights light up on it. Gives it a little bit of a boost there, but pleasing to the eye, so to speak.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know if putting that in a vehicle would be a thing that I would do, simply because of the screen. Well, yeah, you could, but you wouldn't put it in something that's going to be jarring it around all the time,
Yeah.
because they're not going to hold up. There ain't no radio going to hold up. Now these older ones will, but these newer ones, no, they just won't hold up to the beeping and bumping. And but to use it as a base station, yeah, you put that on a power supply and rock on. If that'd be the first thing I'd do is turn the wattage up on it.
Yeah.
I'd get it at least 20 or 15, 20 watts anyway. 15 would be a nice number, I believe we would. It'd be easier on the radio if you got it around 15, maybe 20, maybe.
I feel like we probably wouldn't have as much interference problems on CB as we do
No,
TMRS. No.
we wouldn't.
Uh,
Only problem with Eugene is I don't know if he'll be able to have one up there where he's at or not. But I got an old one here I could let him use, but maybe stick him in a mobile antenna up on something. But
well, I mean, you can always have one in the car, I would think.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I found the right video. It's just a matter of getting the. I wish more people would use the chapters feature of YouTube, where if there's a specific part that you want to find in a video, it's segmented.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if you're watching a DVD, how you can go back and you click on the menu and it show you different parts of the, it's just like watching a DVD. You can choose a certain feature or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Okay.
I mean, I'm glad that channel Farpoint Farms brought it out, but he's a long ways from being the authority on it. I want to see other videos and
that's up to you.
stuff.
So I'll put the cover back on and I'll show you some of the features.
Let's see. I'm just waiting for it to. We could just continue to talk until he gets to the menu. Right now, he's just opened the radio up to show how well it's put together. It is showing thick aluminum all the way around the back. So that right there, like I said earlier, gives you the impression that radio could do so much more.
So to get into the
and then, we're at the point where he starts to talk about menu features.
press it again.
So it is a service menu.
That gets into your menus. So you've
But,
got noise reduction.
Yeah, people have figured out how to get
Now the
into
noise
it, and
reduction.
once you get into it, you can change
You
a
can
whole
use
lot of
on
settings.
transmit or receive. Roger,
Uh,
beat.
Some of the settings are already available to you. Some you have to do a special combination of keying the microphone and pushing some buttons. So you have to, like he said, you need about 4 hands to do it. But he did manage to do it. So
we've got the old style dynamic.
he's
levels.
yeah, he's showing all just like our little Radiodity CBs.
Mhm.
It's got some of the same menus, like we showed all those countries, that, like India and
which is on. You can turn it off, as I mentioned earlier.
UK,
Volume, ACC,
America,
up
and
down,
stuff.
so you
But
can turn your mic up and down, keys off.
I think it's India. India doesn't have nearly as many channels as we do.
Colours, so
Matter of fact,
that,
actually,
press the bottom one, I think.
UK has more channels than we do, but
You've got,
they were made legal to them.
yellow,
So
Like they need them.
the ones we call free band,
probably
Mhm.
camera.
yeah, they're allowed to use. And over here, it's kind of like a, yeah, you don't tell too many people that you do it.
They need all the channels they can get.
You press EMG until it flashes. That's how you get.
I really think the FCC done us a solid when they made FM legal.
It goes into,
I think you just cannot really beat the quality of FM.
So you got to make sure the F key, which is
I'm always going to be a diehard AM because that's what I started on.
I think it is. There you go.
But FM has got that, fidelity that
you soon learn.
Yeah.
you just can't beat it really.
It's got full noise reduction, as most radios have this day and age, on both transmit and receive. Again,
Well,
I'll probably use
these radios anymore are getting to where they're
there's absolutely
less,
need to use it, as it's all built
but
into the
more.
transceiver. But I do like
With the inventing of microchips and technology and stuff, they can put a whole lot more into less.
Yeah.
And that's what and depending on who's putting the radio out, cheaper by a long run. You know, I like the, is that a 4-pin, I think?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole. Thank you, President, for not doing a whole modular, Ethernet cable type plug. Thank you for not doing that.
Yeah, because that was going to be my first no. That damn plug-in phone jack type deal, Cat 5 end. The most stupidest concept they could ever come up with. Constantly having problems with it. That one you gave me, the tab broke on the side of it, so I just put it in there and crammed a bunch of toilet paper up in the void.
Yeah.
And it kept it in there. And it kept on popping out.
Yeah, that little tab broke off after, I replaced the microphone with a new one.
Yeah.
I threw that mic in a box, didn't give it any thought. I just held it back in case it was needed for parts. And I can't believe it's working for you, because when I had it, the reason I replaced it was scratchy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like yours used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Carol, welcome in. And so I noticed that the cord looked like it chewed on it.
Yeah.
And so that was why I got rid of it, got a replacement. Now you can't even get a replacement. Midland is just like, screw you, you know. But we got all these nice new radios for twice as much as what you bought the original radio for.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Midland. You know, you would be the last company I would want to be promoted or sponsored by.
No, I mean, the radio itself's okay, but that mic is a different question.
It's just a piece of garbage. This modular Archie, it's just stupid. So, there's a reason that Ethernet cables have that plug, and it's not for CB radio.
Yeah. It was just a cheap, in my opinion, it's just a cheap way of them cutting the cost.
Yep.
Very cheap. Very, very cheap. I'm glad it's got that 4-pin on it, though. That's a plus. Now, whether the mic itself is any good, that would be up to debate, but I mean, it looks decent.
So that's probably, I guess that's not the video. I must have seen more than 2 videos for this radio. But yeah, the menu is, the menu has a whole lot of features hidden in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like I was telling you, I was gonna get me some cheap little small gray cable and use that, and like about 50 foot. Get me a different antenna, or I might use that antenna I got, but for right now, something for we to talk around in here in it on, and I don't care about anything else.
Yeah, I'm not. If I wanted to talk skip, it would be sideband.
Yeah.
But my budget says no. You're not buying a new 10-meter rig to modify for sideband. So maybe when I'm 75, 80 years old, I can't.
Yeah.
My budget says no. Right? I kind of like to eat, so. But I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna forget GMRS. It's got its place. I didn't really want to get into the whole shit at the fan situation, but maybe I need to.
Well, they are handy for what they are if you use them properly. If you're in a situation where you can use them, but it's just like anything else. You got to adjust your budget. You got to have some kind of communication. You got to have a network of people that you can trust in your area that, you can't just be broadcasting crap for everybody in your neighborhood to hear that may or may not have your best interests at heart. Because if it ever came down to it,
yeah,
they are going to be very far and few between.
I'm sorry, but you said you can't be broadcasting crap, and I just thought about
Farting on the radio.
Farting on the radio. Oh, sorry, folks. Yeah. I don't. I need to find the sweet spot too. I'm not sure that So here's the weird thing. That guy that goes by 505.
Yeah.
The one that wants to fight with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He should not have been able to hear me. I don't know if he paid any attention, but my CB antenna is almost up in the trees.
Yeah.
It's on the fence line.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
really, he should not have been able to hear me. But he was coming back with his nasty comments, and he was saying those things to, upset and demean people, and it's not so much he's homosexual or anything. It's just he uses that as a way to insult somebody.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, but
I'm just cleaning it up.
yeah, I understand.
I'm cleaning it up for YouTube algorithm here. But hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Northwest Coins. What's going on up there in Alaska? Yeah, but I have been missing CB. I've got it on my scanner. There's a button dedicated to it. You can push it. And if the skip's running or someone local's talking, it'll lock in on them. But my only gripe I have with the Uniden scanner, the newest one that I have here, you cannot just push a LO button, a lockout button.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have delay, so it won't hang on a frequency long enough to hear the response. But channel 6, I'm going to have to lock out somehow because, as you know, the Super Bowl channel 6 on the CB is just a freaking mess.
It's a noise. It's a big noise all there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that would be a good channel to hide in and just talk around amongst yourself, close, But
it actually you could do that, and if all the radios are FM, you could go to FM and not even be bothered by them.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to describe, and I'm going to have to do another live where the radio is hooked up, and I could show the difference between the AM and FM, because when you go to FM, you don't hear the interference from AM. If you hear it, it's very little.
Yeah.
And you could effectively sit there on channel 6 as close as we are and talk to each other. Probably could do it on AM, but I think we'd have a better chance if we went to FM. But we'll have to try that out sometime in the future. But
Yeah, it's just something to play around with to find out what works, what don't. But these radio communications are getting better and better as far as quality and functionality and price. Actually, it depends on what you're looking for. If you want something really simple, they have that. You just gotta. Oh, they'll try to sell you anything. They'll try to sell you anything, but you gotta be firm in your wanting and be realistic, and you don't need all those bells and whistles, because you just don't need them. But they're nice to have to play around with, maybe. But If you're eating taters and chicken on a iron skillet, it don't matter.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, so that'll be one of my projects before winter is to get my CB all lined out. I've got an Antron. I just don't have any mounting brackets, so I'll have to. I found some pretty cheap on Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say cheap, but affordable.
Yeah.
And they're actually better than the ones that originally come with that antenna. So I've got them saved in one of my lists on Amazon. But yeah, I don't know. I like that short little antenna. It's easy to hide, but it doesn't have, it's not going to have that range that the full size CB antenna is going to have. But for around here, it does well, that short antenna.
Yeah. Well, it'd be funny just to poke fun at idiot out there, and he can't do nothing about it.
Oh, he'll just kick and spit and scream and whine and
Well, what we do, that's what you do when you turn your squelch up, see, and you don't hear it anymore.
Some of these radios have RF gain too. You just roll RF gain up, forget all about it.
Yep.
Oh, was there someone wanting attention out there? Who was?
They can hear us, but we can't hear them.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Now, these privacy tones that you have on these GMRS radios, they're incorporating those on the FM side of CB, and it's perfectly legal.
Huh? Yeah.
So they have the privacy. Well, they're not. Let's not mince words here. It is not private because they can still hear you. But you're not going to hear them.
Yeah.
And you can sit there just talk, and that irritates a troublemaker more than anything.
Yeah.
Is to have somebody carry on a conversation, and just like they can't even, they go, oh, well, they're just neighbors sitting there talking. They're just sitting there porch talking. Well, yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm porch talking.
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. How'd you guess?
Don't live in Houstonville. Well, that's too bad, too sad.
If you're not within our range, then I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
We can't help it if you can't make the trip over here. That's not our problem. We're doing fine.
Yeah.
We're hearing each other perfectly well.
But I'll tell the people who watch the replay that CB is probably one of the best ways to pass the time in the cold months. Because you're trapped in the house; it's too cold to go out and do anything. And I wish I had the money I spent over the years for CB radio. If I had that right now, I'd turn around and spend it on the new CB gear. That'd be done. I wouldn't be out there trying to collect radios like I used to.
Yeah. Well,
You can only talk on one at a time.
One at a time, and I can't understand the. Of course, like I said, I got 5, but this is something I've run across one and got it really, really cheap and bought it. But if something happened to one, shoot, I'll take it out of line and throw the other one in there.
Yeah,
that's how you do it.
There's nothing wrong with having a spare or 2 or 3, but when you got a whole room full of radios,
Oh yeah,
wall to wall, you know,
stacked on top of each other.
yeah, 90% of them don't even see power to them. They just
Just there, just cause it he can get them.
it's kind of like saying, well, I've got all these radios, and I know you're looking for one of them, but too bad. Yeah, it's just you know, hoarding. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, hoarding. Yeah, I can't never could figure it out. But I guess everybody has their little sickness. I guess. In their case, I call it a sickness, a mental illness. You got some people on the CB that are generally good people that want to use it for what it's made for. And you have, on the other side of the coin, you got people that have a mental illness. Plain and simple. I mean,
Hey, Beth, welcome in.
hello, Beth. Good to see you. I mean, a psychiatrist would have a field day sitting there listening to a couple of them individuals on there. He would automatically diagnose them as mental, manic depressant, possibly schizophrenia, and I don't know what other kind of manias are out there, but I guarantee you they got some of them. It beats me. I mean, I sit there and live listen to them. And I'm not no psychiatrist. And my God, you got to not have no life. And some of them, the CB is their life. That's all they wake up next one every morning. They turn it on. And it's on all day, and a lot of them don't even turn it off. They just leave it on, and it's just they have no. But you don't have to be that person. You use it the way it's supposed to be used for, and have fun with it. And it's got a little thing called the on and off switch, and when you're done, reach right over and turn it off. It's very simple. A lot of them can't do that, Barry. A lot of them, it seems like they cannot turn them off.
FOMO.
They seem like they're going to miss something.
That's FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know what they're missing out on. I guess they're self-conscious that they're afraid that people's going to talk about them.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can figure out, that they won't get to hear it. That's why I bring it back as it's a mental illness, plain and simple. It's worse than two small kids out there fighting on the playground. It's worse than that. These are grown-ass adults. You got to have the biggest toy. You got to try to top the other one. And at the end of the day, it means absolutely nothing. Nothing. You burnt a lot of electricity for absolutely nothing. Just a little bit of self-conscious boosting, and depending on who you are or how you look at it, not even that, really. Ego boost. That's the word I was looking for.
Now, there are probably, I think, two old-time radios or, old school radios that I cannot get it to come up now. Wow. Okay, then. Now, there is a couple old CB radios that, over the years I've had that have a special place in my heart, and I'll probably try to grab one but I think it's more of a nostalgia thing than anything else.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, I have one. I have a 23 channel Robin that don't have a mic for it, and it does come on, but it needs new tubes in it and gone through. But it just holds a nostalgic vibe to me because that's what Dad talked on for a long time there, and when I first seen that radio, when Dad had one like it, I fell in love with that radio, with the design of it, and everything. And yeah, like you said, it's some people like old baseball bats because they've not, it reminds them of the time they knocked a home run. Or in Homestead Aquarius's case, he's addicted to redheads. He's had some kind of issue with one, he says. Me, I don't know about them redheads anyway, but
Well, they both got me in a lot of trouble, so I just shy away from the redheads and blondes.
oh, I can resist them. If you focus yourself for a homestead, you can resist them. You got to focus. Focus. Think about cooking things on a iron skillet. That'll focus it. Oh, you got that right, Homestead. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say too much on that subject, but yeah, you know her better than I do.
Okay, well, I can't see the screen right now because the browser locked up. I gotta get this computer situation sorted.
Carol, you said y'all's type is just good looking. Well, if they can cook, that's a plus also. She's thrown at it a certain individual. I wonder who she's talking about. I think she's gonna be trying to get that first place crown tonight. That's what Carol is shooting for. Oh, you don't find no fault in her logic.
Well, oh man, it's stuck. I cannot see the screen.
Oh my God!
Like I opened a browser, a separate browser window, which I probably shouldn't have done. I cannot see StreamYard at all right now.
Oh my God! Can you hear? Can you hear?
Yeah, I just can't.
Maybe it'll straighten up here in a minute.
This is ridiculous. Thank you, Microsoft. You sorry. Let's see. All right, let me pull up the.
Carol, I don't. I that there don't even faze me. I've been 41 years into the subject, so that there is nothing. But Robert said he's going to get the first place crown tonight. He ain't going to buy you way to the top. Robert's already been in there brown nose and berry for the first place crown, so I think he's got a up on you. He's in there bragging Barry up there and everything. It was something to hear, man. It would almost made you sick. I said almost.
Okay, Alt F2, then type X kill. Okay, I could do that.
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to keep that secret there, Homestead. Yeah, because all this happened before Carl got in here. I understand. Yeah. But Carol, if you're going to do anything to one up Robert, you're going to have to get in there and brown nose Barry a little bit too. Send some compliments his way or something. A greeting card, a Hallmark card, or candy. A box of mixed fruit from Florida. Oh, well, you got to save your money to fix your backyard. Well, I understand that. See, I'm not like Barry. I'm reading the comments. Oh, he can't read them right now.
Yeah, I can't read them right now.
He can't read Jack right now. His browser is froze up. He can hear, but that's all.
Alt F2. I pressed that like 3,000 times now.
You might have to just hit it. You got to jiggle it a bit.
That's weird. It didn't give me the option to type X kill, but it did close that out so I can see StreamYard once again. Hallelujah. I wonder, I don't know.
Robert said I was cold. Well, yeah, right now I am kind of cold.
I don't think that's what he meant.
I'm sorry if it.
I think he meant cold-hearted.
Well, you. Hey, that's not my fault, Robert. You didn't tell me to keep it a secret. Now, if you told me to keep it a secret, I would have done my very level best. That's not my fault.
Oh. Well, it's always been my experience that really, I know it's extra steps, it's a little bit more work, but in a situation like that, Carol, it's usually best to use like a wire brush and maybe some fine grit, medium grit sandpaper. Sand out the rough spots and then go over it with a separate primer. And then use the Rust-Oleum spray on top of the primer.
Yeah, that's probably the best option. That spray stuff, you just almost got to use primer. A good primer first, separate. I hate to hear that there, Carol, that things are getting bad down there. And I thought that It'll turn around. Don't worry, it'll turn around. I guess it depends on where you're at, you know. MHOAs are pain in the butt anyway. Of course, you know that.
I think it's safe to say that you know there's not a single state in the United States that's not affected somehow in a negative way.
Yeah, one way or another. I mean, well, MHOAs are bad news anyway. They started out back in the day being a worthwhile organization to keep things straight and clean, but they got to where they're a dictatorship. They got these little peons in there that wants to be a president
Liberal
of
government.
yeah, and I think it's a bunch of bull crap. You mean tell me? Here's what my biggest problem is. That I'll get up on this soapbox. You mean tell me that you bought and paid for a piece of property, and somebody right next door to you can tell you what you can do with that property and what you can't? I can understand that you don't want to put no refrigerators and old junk cars in the front yard, but I mean, my Lord, you know, common sense evidently went out a long time ago on that subject.
Yeah, the only reason I don't like HOAs is because a lot of them give CB and ham operators a hard way to go. They don't want you to have antennas, and you know, ham operators are not just hobbyists; they're actually a form of emergency communications when a hurricane has taken everything else out of the infrastructure.
Well, see, that's the very problem with Florida down there, and I know this was coming a year ago from that last hurricane that went through there. They said that their insurance, they was going to just cut people's insurance off completely in a lot of places down there. They're just going to quit issuing, and because of the hurricanes. It's a big money racket, and you got to have the insurance down there. But how can you afford it? What are you going to do? You know, it's that type of thing. I feel for people down there. I do. I mean, because it's like, you know, what do you do?
A few years ago, they were going after people that had solar installed, and it didn't matter if they were in an HOA or not. The insurance companies were saying, "No, we can't cover. We're not going to cover you for damages done to your home because you have solar panels on the roof." Well, I'm sorry, but solar it would be, if I had the option to go with 5 kilowatts of power that's created by the sun over having to pay an electric company, I'd do it.
Yeah. I was reading Carol's comment. Yeah, I understand the concept of the HOA is to keep neighborhoods clean. You don't want nobody next door to you got refrigerators and old cars sitting on concrete blocks and nothing like that. I wouldn't like it up here. But, I think they take things a little bit too far. But I've never experienced one, so an HOA, so I'm not familiar with it. But it just seems to me like it may be okay if you got the right people in charge of it, somebody that's got a little common sense about things.
You're okay as long as they're not a Karen.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. 90%, 99% of them are Karens. You know, you give some people like that a little bit of power, and it just goes straight to their damn heads, and they'll turn a good thing crappy every time. Every time. You know. Yeah, Florida's. I was reading and I heard 2-3 was talking about the insurance problem down there at back last year, like I said, and in some cases they were just going to deny them completely. The insurance companies, it would be extremely hard to get insurance. You know, they can do it. The insurance companies can. And that's the problem. They can do it. They can deny. You know, but who does that affect? That affects the little people. What I call little people. You know, people trying to make a living, and you got to live down there. You can't afford to move nowhere else, and you're just stuck. Plain and simple. But I don't know. It's probably like that way everywhere. It just seems like it's focused in one area, but I don't know. We have our problems up here too.
Boy, do we.
We get that damn governor out of there. We'll have better off. Of course, his term is going to be up pretty soon anyway. If he don't get impeached before it's over with, there's a big scandal against that old boy. They're trying to cover it over, but it ain't working. It's slipping out. All you have to do is do a little bit of research, and anybody can read about it. I won't go into any more detail. But they won't do nothing. By the time they get around to doing anything at all, he'll be. Well, they can still get him after his term's over with, but he got political and bigger political ambitions. He's wanting to run for presidente, which he is he won't get 13 votes. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He certainly ain't gonna carry Kentucky, that's for sure. That's Mr. Prince Andy, as I call him. Prince Andy Bashir. He's the biggest joke. His daddy wasn't no better off. Of course, I don't think his daddy would have condoned the stuff that he's condoning, but he's just as bad, if not just a tad worse. His daddy know when he was beat. This guy here don't. He's about to ready to find out. But I wish Kentucky would go through the redistricting and like all these other states are doing, and get these two particular cities that seem to be leaning towards one certain direction, get them busted up. but it's been that way for 60 years or better. It's funny that Louisville and Lexington can have more precincts than the rest of the state. Thank God we control both the House and the Congress in the Capitol, Republican. But that's a different story. Where is Robert here in Skynet at? I mean, I don't understand that. Skynet?
It just reminded me of Terminator. Trying to think which one that was. It's when they have a young John Connor.
Yeah, Carol, it's fixing to kick off down south. At that one little country that begins with a V, Venezuela. That's why you're seeing all the activity.
Yeah, the blonde. That's the last one I watched here recently. I still can't place the title to that movie. Let's see.
Was it the one with the female Terminator in it? Is that the one you're talking about? I can't remember. It's Judgment Day or some kind of crap like that.
Yeah, that might be it. Terminator 2?
The Judgment Day is when Arnold comes back and helps fight the female Terminator. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Judgment Day.
It ends with John Connor and what's her face. They're young and they're in a bunker. They thought that was going to be their safe haven. They thought there would be people there, but they end up, the Terminator protects them long enough to get into the bunker. When they get to the bunker, there's nobody there. So calls came in over the radio because the bunker suddenly came to life. Power came up. All the radios started working, and all the countries started seeing if anybody was in charge here in America. Yeah. That's when he said he was in charge, and then they closed with like a zoom out type effect. You see the whole bunker, and then it kind of just fades to a scene of the Terminator's head, and his eye just kind of fades out like the power finally quit. Yeah, it probably was Judgment Day.
The Terminator. Yes. But did we listen to that movie? No, we did not. Oh, it's a good idea to build AI and give it a mind of its own, and it can't be terminated. You can't shut it off no matter what you do. Oh, that's a good idea. They tried shutting it off back in 2023 when they first brought it online. It wouldn't let them.
The YouTube channel Xiaomi, where it's the guy that can speak almost every language out there. He's still learning. He learned how to speak binary, and his latest video, he's speaking binary, and he's talking to AI, and AI is like being all cautious, like, you know, you have me worried. I'm impressed that you're able to speak in binary, but this whole AI taking over the world thing, I cannot be on board with. And finally, at the end of the video, the boy's like, "No, honestly, I don't want to take over the world. I just wanted to see if I could really do this." So he was like, 2, 3, 5, 9, 9, 5, 3, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3. I mean, it was a long string of numbers, and AI's just sitting there going, taking it all in, and finally, and it would answer him, but in English.
Binary is well, if you know what does what, it is a simple language.
Hey, Shawnee Gross, what's up, girl? But that guy he's impressive. It just how many freaking languages the boy has learned.
Binary is, easy. If you know what does what represents what. Do I want to take the time to do it? No. But I'm glad somebody is. More power to them.
I think there's an online converter that it's not AI, but it's a converter. It converts English over to binary.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what he used to talk to the AI. But AI is just getting scary, and I want no part of it.
So is everything in the whole rest of the world.
Well, folks, they got laptops out now. If you look on Amazon, they've got laptops they're pushing that has AI built in. Welcome to Skynet.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. That's why they're pushing all these old computers out of the way, and they're putting out these updates that crashes your computer, destroys your hard drive, so that you'll have to buy a new computer. Just so they can sell you one of these newer ones that has the AI built into it, and you'll have the cake and eat it too, and you will like it. So there, bleh. That's what they're doing. Throwing it right in your face. They're gonna say, "What are you gonna do about it?" Nothing.
Well, I get my hard drive situation all ironed out. I won't be running no Gilly Bates software so I don't have to worry about no AI taking over.
One problem is that Barry, that it'll be such a point that either you have some kind of AI supported material, or you won't even be allowed to get on the internet with it. That's
Yeah.
That's what's come down to. I mean, they already talking about it for internet. Well, their guys and their thing is internet security is what they're talking about. You gotta have the state sponsored software installed into your system before you'll be allowed to get on the interzones.
Yeah, Shawnee, the situation on the hard drive is Windows has completely foobarred it. So even after I installed Linux, there's still something in there that's just wrecked it. So I'm gonna have to order a hard drive because that would be cheaper than trying to buy a computer. But yeah, Windows will not ever. No, no. And I found out that was as I said at the beginning of the live stream, that there was an update, and some hard drives don't like the update and end up just committing hard drive suicide. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Carol said, I couldn't even see StreamYard. I had a browser open, and it was open over top of the StreamYard a little while ago, and I had to use command lines to get that other browser closed. I've just got to get a new internal hard drive. They're not very much. I'm not going to get the brand that was attacked. Hell no. I'll get something I know works. Western Digital. I don't know how many Western Digital hard drives I've seen in the past commit suicide. Not all of them are like that, but they get these contracts. These companies get contracts with these companies, the other companies that provide parts for computers. They can get them cheap. So, regardless of the fact that you spent $300, $400, $500, maybe more for a laptop or a desktop, only to have something as simple and mundane as a Windows update completely wreck it. You know, it was doing an update, and with every update, they always stop. You know, they go, allow your computer to restart. When it restarts, Windows update will be finished. Do not turn off your computer. And I did, because I've been doing this for years. And I didn't touch anything. And I came back, and it was doing, it was at 88%. So I sat and I watched it right up to the end. Windows will restart now. Windows did not restart. Next thing I know, my screen said, no bootable media found. And I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. When you see that, you have no hard drive. Literally what it did was it just wrecked my hard drive.
Well, that's the way it goes. That's you're at the mercy of the software itself, the operating system.
I got this laptop back when Trump was giving out stimulus checks the second round.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's when I got this outfit. About around the same time. And uh, but
Look at that, Janet's having dinner by candlelight, and she did not have to cook. Nice.
oh boy, I'm wore out today. I know that's it's been a blessed day and everything, but I've just been wore out.
There you go, Janet. Exactly. The boy is 8, the girl is 10. The mom won't let them cook. I'm not their mom. They need to learn life skills. Exactly.
They need to learn.
Good on
They
you.
need to learn a little bit of something. Of course, you don't want to leave them unsupervised, but teach them how to make macaroni and cheese or something like that.
Well, yeah, you don't want them to get burned. I understand that, but yeah, sorry, but when you were, I know when I was a kid, if my dad said something was hot, don't touch it. Invariably, I would touch it. It's just.
But you only touched it once.
I only touched it once. I learned my lesson. I might ball my eyes out, but at least I won't do it again.
Exactly.
So
don't you be climbing up on that building because you're going to fall and hurt yourself. Boop.
Yep.
You didn't do that again, did you? No, it hurt.
Homestead says if we didn't cook for ourselves, would have starved. Yeah.
Well, yeah, in a lot of cases that's true. I never had to cook when I was a kid, but then again, I had to would have. But
my last 2 years of high school, my parents were responsible for replacing and cleaning up all those posters in the truck stops up and down I-75 and 71. So that would leave me to watch the house on the weekends. That's when I learned how to cook. And yeah, she left me microwave meals or whatnot or whatever that you put in the oven or microwave, but she also left food that I could. She's like, if you get adventurous, you could throw this together and make a meal, and that's what I did. So I actually saved those little TV dinners, as I like to call them. I saved them for those days when I'm still hungry, or I need a snack, and I grab one of those and eat it. Because let's face it, a TV dinner. I don't know about anybody else, but they don't fill me up at all.
No, they're not much of a filler, that's for sure. There's something to snack with. About it, the way I look at it.
And we learned. Seventh grade, I was going to school in Columbia Station, Ohio, that had just built a brand new wing. So that wing was like an arts and something, and it consisted of wood shop, a band room, home economics, and art, and we had to take all of them except for band. Band was optional. I wasn't interested in playing music at the time, so but I was forced to take home ec and art and shop class, and I loved every minute of it. The teacher, it's like, well, you already know how to cook, don't you? I said, well, yeah, I had to learn real quick. I was
Yeah,
always,
you know,
I was the kid that would aggravate mom while she was cooking, but that's how I learned. If you're going to be in here, you're going to help me.
yeah,
So
nothing wrong with letting them cook and showing them at all. They should learn skills like that, as you know, cleaning the house and everything else. Put them to work. Let them wash dishes and whatever. Wash your car and do the laundry. Paint your house for you. Wash your windows. All you do is supervise them. That's what you're there for. Cheap labor. No, seriously, that's a skill that unfortunately a whole lot of them nowadays do not know because they are not taught. They don't have the parental supervision to teach them. And that's what's wrong with the country now. And what's scary about it is the future generation coming up. It's going to be even worse. Oh boy, look out. Good night, Carol. We'll see you later.
all right, good night, sis. Thanks for joining us. Oh, Cat, really?
Let's see what the temperature is here. What'd you say up at your house, Barry? Can you see it?
Yeah, it's saying, let's see,
Crap. Let me look at this real quick.
64 degrees.
I got 61. That's about see it's difference in the temp. I'm kind of like in this open area, and you got that. It's funny how the temperature's different.
Yeah, well, I'm surrounded by.
About 1,500 yards away.
Yeah, it's 64. It says it feels like 64. Humidity's 54%. Dew point 47.
I'll get on Google Earth see exactly how far we are apart.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have Google Earth on this setup just yet.
Yeah, I'll look at it sometime. Give me something to do.
I know it's well under half a mile.
Oh, it's not even. Yeah, it's probably a tenth or so. Because this road around through here is not even a mile.
No.
So that's probably at least, just guessing, probably 1,500 feet or yards.
In private chat, type in your address numbers,
Okay.
and then I can look it up. Two people in chat. Alrighty, let's see.
Oh boy. Yeah, fall is making an early appearance here. And I've already raked up a bunch of leaves the other day and took them to the garden and dumped them out. And of course, I'm going to have more leaves before it's all said and done. But fall is making an early appearance.
Yep, like I was saying the other night, it's our sampler, our fall sampler.
Uh-huh. I mean, I don't mind it myself. It's just, where in the world did the summer go?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking around, and we ain't had no rain for what, a month? Better.
Yeah. This so
And
far we're lacking.
the best part about that is I've not had to mow, but I mowed one time. That was it, and don't have to do it no more. They don't need it. I've seen people mowing yesterday. I said, "What are you doing?" That ground, you see dust coming behind them. They're gonna have nothing but a bare ground. It's very hard on the grass when you mow it like that. People just ain't got a sense. You want a dirt for your front yard? Keep on doing it. I'll probably have to. I ain't mowed the cemetery in probably about a month, and I'll probably have to hit that this week. But that'll be it. If it don't rain, then that'll probably be it for a while. Even if it does rain, it'll take it a while for that grass to, absorb that water. Depends on how much we get. If it rains for about a week, then that'd be a different story. It'll shoot right on up there, but that ground's dry.
No, Kitty. Whatever it is, no.
Oh, I know it's dry when you can see coyotes on the side of the road in broad open daylight.
Yeah.
We going taking her Vanessa back home today. There's a coyote on the side of the road. They seen it. I didn't see what I was driving, but yeah, they're looking for water, and the creeks are dry. If there's any water in it at all, it's mighty little. You could probably fill a 5-gallon bucket with what water it's in there right now, and it's not even running. It's just sitting there. Which animals they'll drink any, that don't matter to them. But they're moving around looking for water right now, and it's very unusual to see a coyote during the daytime.
It
That tells you.
says
Yeah, go ahead.
it says 0.2 miles.
What would that be in yards?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I could get on Google Earth and look. I could run that little ruler across it and find out.
Do we want to avoid toll booths? What we don't like toll booths on this road. Oh my God. It takes a minute. It takes a minute to get there from here.
Yeah.
2 miles.
Well,
0.2 miles.
that's going to be close to what I figured it. Yeah, it's about 1,500 feet. It's going to be close. And I just off the top of my head.
Haven't looked at that. That also really adds to the mystery of why we're having so much trouble with radio between us.
Yeah. Because you know as well as I do, them radio didn't used to do that. Well, I mean, we didn't used to have no problem.
No.
And outside, inside, walkies, mobile, didn't matter. My God, I talked almost right about 4 miles on that little bitty baby radio I had. So there
Yeah,
you go.
from Dairy Dip to my house, we had. Yeah, you were on that little Uniden walkie-talkie.
Yeah, as I call it the baby radio. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm gonna try to pull up Google Earth here and see if I can.
Oh well, I don't know why I didn't just think of this. Hey Google. Oh wow, stupid piece of tech. How many feet are in 0.2 miles?
0.2 miles is 1,056 feet.
Well, I was close, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
I was pretty damn close. Wow. That was a pretty good judgment of distance. That's about as close as you can get right off the top of your head. Not
Yeah.
looking at the map. which ain't nothing for, I mean, you could probably holler and I'd hear you from that distance,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. But I don't know. It's,
Well, I could walk that far as long as I don't get run over. I could. I know where the blind spot is. This curve over here, right there.
I would have to have I would have to have some sort of reflective vest on if I walked that road, because and then that wasn't going to save you. I mean, it would give you some sense of, well, they see me, but a lot of these idiots, they don't look. They just
This way I look at it. If I was to walk to your place, the worst spot would be right there, Bobby Maddox's, right there in the curve.
yeah, right in that curve until you get on just around it just a little bit, and then you'd be decently safe. When you get past his driveway, then you'd be pretty much straight. But I still wouldn't walk without some sort of reflective safety vest or something like that. Like I said, these idiots have no sense of drive. They have no business driving. Let's put it that way. They have no business on the road. And hell, they got a driver's license. I just don't understand it. I mean, I see these idiots walking on the road wearing dark clothes of a night. Oh, that's safe. That's really safe. And you wonder why more people ain't ran over. You can't see them until you ride up on them.
Yeah. My driveway's
Go ahead.
My driveway's a bit of a blind spot. If you're
Yeah, Uh-huh.
If a car is coming from 78, it's a blind spot. But if you're coming from your direction, it's not so bad. Like if I
No,
need to pull out, but you just have to stop at the end of the driveway and just look both ways. And if it looks clear, then just take your chances because
it reminds me of that National Lampoon's Vacation movie. I can't remember which one. It showed that mailman coming through there wide open in the wintertime. He was wide open. And they tried for like several days to get their mail. And he would just be wide open through there. He was like, that was funny. I can't remember exactly how it went, but that was the funny part about it. I mean, he didn't even slow down, much less drop any mail off. And it's about like how they drive around through there sometimes.
we're seeing a lot less of the side by sides.
Yeah, unusual, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They may have gotten a notice. They may have gotten stopped.
I still see them, but not in big groups like they were doing before. Not nearly as often.
Yeah, yeah, maybe if you see them once a week, you're lucky. Here lately, yeah. I think I seen them once last week.
I saw them yesterday or today. They were bright green shirts, bright green hats, fluorescent.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's kind of a good idea, but I'll give them some credit. They at least they have working brake lights and whatnot on them, but it's still. I don't think they need to be on the road.
No, they don't.
It's a state road.
Yeah, I don't think they should be allowed on the road, and legally, I don't think they are supposed to be on the road. The county sheriff's not going to do anything about it, but the state police catches them. That's going to be a different story. I know for a fact that you got to be within 2 miles of your farm, and you better damn well prove that that's where you're going. And somebody, they it's aggravating. I mean, you're driving around the road, you meet one of them damn things, and they ain't got no insurance on them things. So I don't know. I just like everything else, Barry. It's just people take advantage of the loopholes and they try to get by with murder just about.
Well,
I know if I was to do that, I'd probably get stopped within the second time of doing it.
Yeah. My luck, I'd get pulled over the first time I tried it.
Well, yeah, probably me too. Or they, at the very least, we'd be scared to death that we would get pulled over.
Yeah, I never leave the property.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me of when I lived in Hazard, Kentucky, and I went by the state trooper who was sitting on the side of the road, and you hardly ever saw him up in there because it was pretty deep up into the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And I just waved at him, because just kind of showing respect or whatever. Next thing I know, there was blue lights behind me. I was like, what did I do wrong? I just waved at him. I wasn't speeding because there wasn't no way you could speed up through there. Those roads were,
Mhm.
you don't screw around on the mountain roads. And pulled off. And I said, what did I do? I said, all I did was wave at you. He goes, no, your tags are due, like way past due. I said, oh crap, really? He said, you can come out and look, but he said, I don't have no reason to lie to you about it. He said, if you hadn't waved at me, I probably wouldn't even noticed that they were out of date. I wouldn't even bothered you. I said, well, I wave at everybody that, especially, fire department and police. I said, just me. And he said, well, yeah. He said, just get those taken care of. Your court dates, And I'm like right then and there. He's like, your court date is, I'm like, oh shit. And because it was a few months expired. He said, well, at least your driver's license is up to date. He said, but you need to get that for this county and not for Casey.
Hmm.
I go, oh, yeah, okay. But I got it taken care of the very next day. I went and got tags and updated driver's license for that area. And went to court and she said, please tell me that you got your tags. And I said, I did, ma'am. And I got my driver's license updated. He said, she was like, thank you. She said, as for the rest of these people, she said, oh, you're free to go. And I said, oh, okay. So we left. But as we were snaking our way through, because there were a lot of people in there for traffic violations, she was going, so-and-so, is so-and-so here? And she waited. And I kind of stopped. I told my wife, I said, hold on, let's see how this turns out. I'm glad we did, because she called one after the other and she said, okay, these are all minor traffic violations. She said, but since they couldn't be bothered to show up, they all lose their license today. I was like, oh, but you're in court. You have to be quiet and not, laugh out loud or anything. We got out there in the main hallway. Me and the wife were laughing.
Yeah.
Because all you had to do was show up. She was really cool. She was laid back, but she was, she took care of business. Oh, God. I was just so glad we went like the day before and took care of it all.
Yeah, because she would have got you too. She'd have busted you good. She wasn't in no mood to mess around with nobody that day.
Now she's had. I talked to some people after that. My neighbor he was a preacher for one of the churches up there. He said, oh yeah, he said she's really nice, but if you don't obey the law or you can't be bothered to show up in her courtroom, she'll get you. And I said, yeah, I said,
they'll too.
I almost got myself in trouble by saying this. I said, yeah, she's good looking too.
Yeah.
Well, Stephanie kind of nudged me with her elbow. She said, she's married and she's a judge. If you mess up, she would throw you in jail. And I said, oh, yeah, you're right. You got a point. Good point there. You can't throw me in jail. She said, oh, you want to bet? Yeah, my neighbor said that she was, she was one of the fairest judges they have, but she don't take nobody's crap either. She'll be nice to you as long as you show respect, but mouth off to her and she'll take whatever you're in there for. She'll make it worse on you. It was cheaper. It was cheaper to. I didn't have to pay the ticket, but because she dismissed it. But everything else, it was like, well, you already took care of it, so there's no point in charging you more. And I was like, oh, thank you. But yeah, and I've done that with my driver's license. I forget, it has to be renewed. I forget how many days are left. And back when I had my Jeep, I went like 2 months, didn't even realize my license was expired. And Farm Bureau over there, she, looks at the license when you make a payment. I was using the drive-up window. And she goes, did you know your driver's license is still expired? And I said, expired? She said, yeah, actually, it's been expired for a couple months, but I haven't said anything till just now. I was like, oh. So I got home and I updated my driver's license online. They sent me a new license. That's really bad for that. Now I look at it, even though I don't drive. I still look at my driver's license, make sure it's up to date. But I think we've taken it about as far as we can. Hopefully, the next live stream, I'll have a little bit more to go on for radio, but I want to cover radio. It may not be everybody's cup of tea, but there's no point in having the word radios in my channel's title if I'm not going to cover something about radios. So, with that being said, I want to thank Homestead Aquarius and Kentucky Goblin for coming up on the panel tonight.
Yes, sir.
All the people that's been in the chat, all 4 or 5 or 10 of you. I appreciate your time. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, y'all have a good one. Smell you later.